Hello, and welcome to Glow, Gina's Lifestyle of Wellness. I'm Gina Santangelo, and as always, I promise to keep it short and sweet so we can connect, learn, and reach higher together. I hope you had a wonderful week and you are ready for the information I have for you today. Let's begin with a short meditation to set our intentions, become completely present, and receive this information I am bringing to you. Take a deep cleansing breath. Fill your lungs and know the air is traveling to all points in your body. Hold briefly. Exhale. Let today's worries, to-dos, annoyances, and even triumphs drift away. Give yourself this moment. Envision a single light that shines warmly from your head to toes. Feel its safety, its guidance, its love. This time is yours for growth, new perspectives, for new possibilities. Be open, be love. So today we're going to touch on genetically modified foods, GMOs. So genetically modified foods, also referred to as GM or biotech foods, are everywhere. And by everywhere, I mean everywhere. After all, it's all about progress, and who doesn't love a little progress, right? We now have genetically modified seeds that have been bioengineered to resist pesticides, insects, and viruses. Seeds that actually show a decrease in spoilage and antibiotic production. Aren't we impressive? Not so much. Since the introduction of GMO crops in 1996, we have alarming statistics. For starters, the number of Americans with at least 3 chronic illnesses has nearly doubled. Americans also get more sick than Europeans and other people in industrialized countries. Gluten intolerance, gut inflammation, disorders, and autoimmune illnesses are on the rise. And over the past 20 years, we are seeing a big increase in children's food allergies, gastrointestinal problems, and what's really scary, disorders on the autism spectrum. What's going on? Let's start at the beginning. Back to the 70s, when a very potent herbicide, glyphosate, was first used by farmers to kill their weeds. This in turn led to a newly designed glyphosate-resistant crop. Now farmers could kill weeds and leave their crops supposedly unharmed. Isn't life wonderful? So glyphosate got its patent as an herbicide in 1974. But just 10 years earlier, it had been patented as a broad-spectrum chelator. This is really important because, one, you understand that chelation is, you realize just how compromised, aka harmful, these unharmed crops really are. Chelation is a molecular level of hugging and not releasing. The glyphosate molecule grabs important nutrients with no release. Now, those nutrients are not available to plants. So plants are weak, disease is promoted in soil, and weeds die. But crops are compromised too. They are also nutrient deficient. They are weak. They are sick. And we are eating them. Animals are eating them. We are eating those animals as well. You get the picture? It gets even worse. After we ingest these crops and animals, the chemical residues live in us, where they can continue to chelate, robbing us of any new nutrients we ingest. It's horrifying. And as our weeds are exposed to more and more chemicals, they are becoming immune too. So we get super weeds. some are completely tolerant to pesticides, and they grow super tall, super thick, and totally determined. What a nightmare. In my book, Eat Clean, Live Free, I provide many more details about GM foods and how farm animals suffer too, from reproductive disorders to hairy mouths, etc., etc. But for now, know this. Glyphosate is linked to alarming side effects, including birth defects. In farming towns where we see heavy use, researchers have documented up to 70 times more birth defects. And if you're not convinced that GMO foods should be avoided, here's another fun fact. We now have genetically modified crops that create their own pesticides. Our plants now do their own killing with Bt toxin, designed to break open insect stomachs and kill them. Problem is, we are eating these crops, and guess what doctors discovered in 2012? Bt toxin breaks open our pores and appears to cause serious disruption to our guts. Why isn't this surprising? We can't eat toxic insecticides and be okay. And then there's dairy. Our milk is tainted with genetically engineered artificial hormone that gets injected into dairy cows to increase lactation. And it's government approved. Yet Health Canada's 1998 report concluded that RBGH, one of the artificial hormones, increase the risk of mastitis by 25%, affects reproductive functions, increases the risk of clinical lameness by 50%, and shortens the lives of cows. And it gets more horrifying by the minute. Milk from RBGH-treated cows has higher amounts of insulin growth factor 1, which with elevated levels is linked to colon and breast cancer in people. Why is it that in the U.S. we have hundreds of millions of acres of GMO crops and they don't have to be labeled as such? We might have as much as 30,000 different product lining our grocery store shelves that have been modified. And most of us don't even know we are eating GMOs. This information is not meant to alarm you. Well, maybe initially it is, but ultimately it is meant to empower you. Once you know the facts, you can make healthier choices. Knowledge is power, and knowledge is health. So, how about a list of the 10 worst GMO foods that you should avoid? You must avoid corn, soy, sugar, aspartame, papayas, canola, cottonseed, dairy, zucchini, yellow crookneck squash. I get it. It's a lot to deal with. Even the most scrutinizing consumers are challenged when it comes to avoiding GMOs. And when I mention corn, most of all, high fructose corn syrup. This is like such a no-no. It's so dangerous. It's horrifying. Children are much more sensitive to the dangers of GMOs, but that does not mean they are safe for adults either. So it's the utmost important to do so if you are pregnant or feeding a child. So let's raise our collective consciousness and do our best to avoid GMOs. Here are some avoidance strategies. Look for products that are labeled non-GMO. Also, buy organic. Bet you knew I'd say that, but here's the fact. GMOs are not allowed in true organic products, always. Actual protection right there, okay? Choose wild-caught fish or meat and dairy from 100% grass-fed animals. Do not buy any dairy products from cows that have been injected with growth hormones. Avoid processed foods, corn and soy. are go-to ingredients in processed foods, and most of the corn and soy in America is GMO, including, of course, the high fructose corn syrup. Check the oils, because you'll see a lot of soy oil in your packaged foods. Dangerous. Don't trust PLU codes on fruits and veggies. This ID is actually optional, and some providers choose not to tell you their products have been genetically modified. It's wonderful, isn't it? So you want more info? Go to www.nongmoshoppingguide.com and you'll get a list of thousands of products that are verified as non-GMO. At the end of the day, we all want advancement and progress, but not when that progress is superficial, not when that progress is detrimental to our health. No good will ever come from producing, buying, and consuming GMO products. We cannot blindly eat what is stocked on our supermarket shelves. We are so much smarter than that. Be healthy. Be non-GMO. That's a wrap for today. I hope this leaves you with new considerations. I'd love to hear from you all and know what you're thinking. Please comment below or send me an email. My hope is that something I said to you today resonates and has served you. My goal is to help as many women as I can love the body they are in and live the life they love. So thank you so much for being here with me. Come see me at GinaSantangelo.com and grab my complimentary e-booklet, Turning Back the Clock, 7 Secrets to Looking and Feeling 10 Years Younger. Also, I have a great forum on Facebook called Glow. I will post the link below. Feel free to request to join the group. There you will become a part of the Glow community, learn great lifestyle choices, and help you love the body you are in and live the life you love. My heart focus. Until next time, be love.